So long.
And thanks for all the fish.
Hi there. Welcome back to Vertical Hold Behind the Tech News, the award winning tech podcast where we catch up with Australia's leading tech journalists to dive into the big tech stories of the week. I'm Alex Kidman, and I'm joined by the one and only Adam Turner. Hey Adam, it's been a while since we put out an episode.
Yeah, it has. Well, we took a much needed break at the end of last year, and it was our intent to return this year, a little bit later than usual, maybe. But, unfortunately, times change, our schedules have shifted for both of us, and also the commercial realities of podcasting have just led us to the position where it's time to wind down Vertical Hold, at least for now.
But we've had a good run over 10 years, more
Mm.
than 450 episodes in the can, not to mention a shiny Australian Technology Journalism Award, which I believe you're currently holding, for Best Independent Coverage.
Over which we're going to have a custody battle by the sounds of it, because we didn't win a second one.
If any of our listeners have a laser cutter handy, let us know.
Before we sign off, we'd like to thank all our guests over the years because their insights into the week's tech news is really what made the podcast so great. We literally couldn't have done it without each and every one of you giving your time and your insight and often your patience with misbehaving microphones and online podcast recording platforms that, let's just say, have their own quirks. I'm looking at you, Zencaster.
That's the polite way of putting it. We'll keep this PG rated, I think. But we'd also like to thank all the great sponsors who made it financially possible for us to produce Vertical Hold every week for a decade. Again, without their support, we wouldn't have been able to keep the podcast running for as long as we did.
And of course, we also have to thank you, the listeners, for your patronage, your questions, feedback, tips, and just overall encouragement. Journalism is a profession that should serve its audience, and we hope that we've served you well over the years.
And look, naturally, the two of us are both continuing to be prolific in the IT technology journalism space.
Because we're freelancers and we like to eat.
Eating's good.
You can find me over at adamturner.com.au.
Well, I can be found at alexkidman.com and alexreviewstech.com.
And thanks for joining us for a great decade of podcasting.